Hello all, this is Batma Priya from IT department, and I'm going to take the session about exception and multi-threading, which is presented in the object-oriented programming subject. So generally what is exception? Generally what is exceptions means it is a kind of error. So the normal flow of program which can be terminated by some other error means that is exception. That exceptions can be handled by kind of method that is called exception handling. So what are the common types of error we are facing in runtime means there is logic error and encoding error, input output error, undefined object error, division by zero error, memory leak. These are all the example of exceptions. And what is logic error means uh, if we define some if we define anything which is presented in logic operations means we define that thing in we define that particular thing wrongly, that is logic error. And what is division by zero error means if we defined any other operations like 5 divided by 0 means that is kind of division by zero error. Undefined object means we didn't create an object for that particular class, that is undefined object. And input error output error means if we get the input by system.in means we can't get that proper input from user. When we compile that particular program, that program shows input output error. This is input and output error. And encoding error, memory leak is also the same thing. Let's move to the next thing. So this is null pointer exception. Null pointer exception is we can commonly defined as null pointer exception in three ways. It is string, date, and any other class type. So this is the null pointer exceptions. And how do programmers handle an exceptions in hierarchy way? That is, these are all the types of handling methods for exceptions. First one is try catch blocks, and second one is finally blocks. The third one is throws keyword, and next one throw. There is a difference between throws and throw. So the next thing is custom exceptions and the exceptions chains. Try catch block this is the basic foundation of the exception handling, and this is the allowing precise to the error responses. Finally block means ensures resource cleanup regardless of exceptions. This is finally block. And throw means allows explicit exception triggering for error conditions. This is throw keyword. Throws keyword means enforce compile time exceptions checking. Custom exceptions means the exceptions tailored an error by developers, that is categorized error and handling. Exception chaining means preserves exception context for debugging. This is the index out of bounds exception. In this index out of bounds exception, there is the exception, there is two types, IO exceptions and runtime exceptions. IO exceptions called as checked exceptions. Runtime exceptions, index out of bound exceptions is called as array index outbound. This is the unchecked exceptions, which is completely based on the memory leak. So we already defined the one kind of error is memory leak. Based on that, we have to take under the category of unchecked exceptions in exceptions. So IO exceptions means it's nothing but input and output exceptions. Runtime exceptions, under that runtime exceptions we defined index out of bounds exceptions. And under that index out of bounds exceptions, array index out bounds exceptions is one of the category. So the next, this is the arithmetic exceptions. As we defined very earlier, division by zero is the one kind of exceptions. So here arithmetic exception demo is the class name. Under that main program, what will be the operation is 5 divided by 0. This is the exception actually. So what is the exception means that exception can be defined under the try block. We already seen about the try catch block. This is nothing but handling kind of, this is the handling thing, that handling thing for exceptions. So what is the exception means, that is defined in try block. How can we give the solution for that particular exception is defined in catch block. So this is the arithmetic exception demo. So we'll see the another topics in the next class. Thank you.